Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. Today guys, another very busy day. We've actually got to put the truck, my truck, through an MOT today. So fingers crossed that is going to pass with no advisories and straight through. But I'll let you know later what happens with that. That's first job, very first job. First thing we've got to do is take that. And then when I come back, if the MOT passes and we ain't got to do no work on it, we're going to jump straight onto the Peugeot, the one outside, the actual one that's not, it's running, but it's not driving. I want to get it rolling, and I want to roll it in here. I've got some plans for the car, certain bits and pieces. I'll run through that with you once we bring it in. And also today I'm going to be bidding on some cars, and I'll let you know later if we manage to win one or two. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what the prices are like. Still a little bit high, but that's because of the scrap prices are quite high now as well. So everyone wants to, is overpaying for things because scrap is worth more money and stuff like that. And plus second-hand cars is worth more money. So it has a knock-on effect. Anyway, you have to move on. You have to adapt. You have to, don't sort of, oh, do you remember the day when it was this price and that price? Those days are gone. You need to carry on and move on. It's like having a mobile phone. If you don't get the updated mobile phone version, you get left behind, and then you don't understand it, and then you don't know how to work it. And it's the same thing. You just need to adapt and need to move on with technology and stuff and all the rest of it. Anyway, guys. I'm completely going off subject here. I don't know why. Let's go and take the truck to the MOT centre first. I'll come back. I'll let you know what happens, and then we're going to crack on with the Peugeot, the one outside. So let's do this. Right, guys. So I am back from the MOT centre. I just took the Resurrect Beast over there. And it's yearly MOT. I'll show you that now, the results. It's over here. And there we go. Another pass on the MOT. No advisories. Look at that. So yeah, that's done for another year. So if you look at that, I've done, last year it was 105, now it's 114. So yeah, I'm not doing a lot of miles, but I suppose enough in a year. Yeah, so there we go. That is done for another year. So now we can move on to the Peugeot, the one that's outside, Peugeot 207. I've got some plans for that car. And first of all, we need to get it inside the workshop. So yeah, we need to get it inside the workshop, guys. We've got to do some work on this steering still. You can see I've put the lower wishbone here, new one, that's in place and done up tight, so that's done. We've got to put this drive shaft and knuckle and set in place, whack it in there, connect it all back up, put a wheel on, and that should be able to get us to push the car. Put a wheel on the other side. But the thing is with it is I don't want to drive it because there's no, I'm 95% sure there's no oil in that gearbox. Because as that drive shaft pulls out, gearbox oil just goes everywhere. So yeah, I don't want to drive it, but I'm gonna have to push it. So let me just get all this back together. I'll get this in place, get it in there, connect it all up so I can push the car inside. And once we push the car inside, then we've got a better sort of, then we can have a real good look at it, put it on the ramp, get it up in the air, and then I'll tell you the plan for this car. Because I haven't really spoke about it. So let me do that. I'll come back to you when we're inside. So let's do this. Right, guys, finally I've got it in the workshop. That was an absolute ball ache, but got it in there in the end. So it's not all connected. We've still got to take the wheel off. I've still got to do some work underneath there. Drop link, still got to do the new brakes, pads, discs, and all the rest of it. So we've got to do that, but I just wanted to get it rolling, to get it in here. because we haven't really spoke about this car much, to be honest with you. It's been stuck outside, and it's hard to do any filming outside over there. There's people coming back and forwards and asking me questions, borrowing this, can I do it? You know what I mean? So it's very difficult to do filming outside. So I try to get the cars in here if I can. It's now in here, and we can sort of crack on and work on this one as it is. I haven't really spoke about it. So this is a Category N car, non-structural, just the other side, and this wheel was damaged. And I'll get into the other side. I think I showed you the door and stuff, but I got plans for this. Initially it was like, oh, let's look for a door. I just can't find a door, like anywhere, like in colour. So I don't know if it's going to be repairable, and I'm going to try and have a go myself with this, because I have actually got a birthday coming up, and the old Mrs. Resurrect, she's like, what do you want for your birthday? And lately, it's just been like Christmas or whatever, any presents, when anyone wants to sort of, it's birthday or Christmas, just get me tools or just get me sort of specific things. So she's actually I've actually told her, she said, well, what do you want then? She ain't got a clue. She just to get like a, set from Lidl's and Aldi's or something. So I said, no. So she went, well, tell me what you want then, I'll get it. I said, so what I'm looking for now is the same thing that Paul from Love 500 has started to use. And it's one of those, dent puller with the welder dent pullers. So you grind the actual paint back to get to bare metal, and then you can weld on little rods, and then you can pull the actual dents out and bodywork. So I've actually asked for one of those machines for my birthday, to be honest with you. And can't remember what else I asked for. Something else, I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, I'll show you when it turns up. So that's the plan on this car as well. It should be turning up within the next few days. So I'm going to have a real good go at this. Get the welder, pull it out, do the dents, any filling that needs to do, and repaint this sort of side on the door and the sill. Really want to go at that sill because it's quite dented in, that sill there. So I think it's just another addition to what I'm doing. It's a little addition to the garage, to the workshop. And yeah, I just think it'll be a great little tool. So that's to come, guys. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. The other thing that I want to work on this car as well that I haven't done before is alloy wheels. So as you can see, this alloy is absolutely destroyed, and especially there's a big chunk, not a big chunk, but it's got a chunk out of it there. So you know what, I was looking around for the alloy wheels, the same ones and all that sort of stuff. I couldn't find any, so I thought, do you know what, why don't I have a go at refurbing these wheels? This is the other one. It's a bit curvy, it's a bit scuffy, but not that bad. And the back ones are not that bad as well, but I just think it's just another thing. It's just another string to your bow. If I can start getting into refurbing, like that Corsa over there, those wheels are absolutely destroyed as well. So I need to do something about them. So it's rather take them somewhere to get them done, and give them the money, or put a little bit of time and money in for myself and start trying to sort of refurb. It is just a case of rubbing down the scuffs all the way around, prep it, get all the lacquer off, and then, get it ready, primer, paint, lacquer. And yeah, as long as you're using the right stuff, which I am, I've got a proper alloy wheel filler, proper alloy wheel lacquer, and paint. Let's see what I can do with them. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with these wheels, to be honest with you, because they all need doing. They've all got a scuff round them. This one's not that bad, but all the others have just got scuffy. So I thought, do you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just try it. So I'm gonna try it on this one, and there's plenty of, you can see it's just all wrecked all round this wheel. But there's plenty of videos on YouTube as to how people have done them. You know, people put cards in there, around there. So there's loads of little tricks that we can do. Pop the cap off, you know, cover the valve, and just try and get these refurbed ourselves. I just think it'd be a nice thing, sort of touch to do to it, really. I'm not thinking of changing the colour. Probably just stay with silver, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's just another little thing I want to do. So it is going to take some time, and I know it's going to take some time. Prepping work is going to be the most important part. The rubbing down, the prep work, and all that sort of stuff. So guys, I always show what I do on time lapses. You can see me doing it and exactly what's going on. I'm not jumping about. So it'd just be nice, because if anyone else wants to try to refurb their alloy wheels themselves, they can just obviously copy it if it comes out all right, guys. Don't get me wrong. If it comes out rubbish and crap, don't copy me. But if it comes out all right, just give it a go yourselves if you've got any sort of alloy wheels to do. The other thing as well is that I've actually ordered two. I think I've told you I've ordered 2 new tyres for this car, for the fronts, because they're matching, and they're quite expensive, these ones, to be honest. They're Michelin cross climate tyres. And this one's staying up, to be honest with you. But the reason why I'm going to be changing this one is because of that. You see that chunk? So yeah, I'll be changing that tyre because I don't trust that at all. That one's got a split in it, so that's the other side. So we'll change these 2 front ones, matching to the back, and then job done. So yeah, obviously I want to do a service on it, clean it all up, check everything, make sure, get it through MOT, just do my normal thing really. But it's just not a lot of, what's going to take the most time now is the alloy wheels and that side, doing that repair. You know, if it was just a quick straight swap, door for door, in colour, whatever, and then just repair the seal, it wouldn't take that long. But now I'm doing the whole sort of rubbing down and all the rest of it. It is going to take some time, but I just think it's worth it. I think it's just another little stream. We've obviously got to sort out stereo as well. I have got a stereo, but it keeps bleeping because it's not coded to the car, the ECU. There's a VIN number set into actual stereo, and if you don't match the VIN numbers, the system don't like it and bleeps at you. So we've still got to sort that out. So yeah, that's where we are, guys, with this car. But once it's all cleaned up, once it's all finished, I think it's going to be a lovely little car for someone. And I think someone's looked after it because it's got matching tyres on it. I think that in that when people do that, it's like, yeah, they do really care about their car, and they do you know what I mean? So that's enough waffling. Let me get this. I want to get you set up. I want to get this front back off. I want to finish off the 2 front ends with the I've got new discs, new pads, new drop links, and bits and pieces. So yeah, and I want to get underneath as well. We've got to check that. I'm sure that gearbox oil is out, so we've got to check that, and we'll put some in that as well. So yeah, that's where we are, guys. So let's do this. Right, guys, so as you just saw there, I'm starting to do the draining. So I've done the gearbox, drained the gearbox out and the oil out as well, engine oil. I've undone, you can see all these parts I've taken off because I've got to get to the filler cap, which is on the top of the gearbox, but everything was in the way. Like all the battery trays, everything was in the way. So it had to be all removed, which is all over here. Oil filters there. And I'll be honest with you, that looks like decent oil and decent oil filter. So this car has definitely been looked after. Definitely, 100% this has been looked after. The oil is so good. But you can, that's the engine oil, that one. This is the gearbox oil. And as you can see, there's not a lot at all in there. That's what's left at the gearbox. So obviously the drive shaft, driver's side had popped out and broke apart. Showed you that on the previous video. So what happened, obviously the gearbox oil just went everywhere, and it is everywhere. I'll show you, look. I've got to get, it is absolutely covered, everything. So I've just ordered some decent brake cleaner, and that's on its way. I'm going to massively clean up underneath and get all that tidy. But we do need to. Yeah, I thought I'll drop the oil just to do a service on it, just do my normal service, guys. And I did pull the air filter, and yeah, as you can see again, like this is very, very clean. It's like I'm not changing this. There's no way I'm going to put a new one in because of the state of it, look, it's absolutely spotless newness. So this car has been serviced well, looked after well. We know about, because obviously, the tyres. Now, obviously, looking at the condition of the air filter and the oil and all the rest of it, it's a real shame that I haven't got any paperwork, booklet, service history to back up what people have done on the vehicle, because it's definitely been looked after, 100%. So, yeah, so that's what I've done. I've ordered some gearbox oil. That's on its way. I've ordered an oil filter. That's on its way. I've already got the oil for it. The other thing I want to do as well is, I don't know if you can see, but you can see that it's the cam cover gasket, the valve cover gasket is just starting to leak oil through. So I'm going to do the cam cover on this one as well. I just think it's worth it. I'll clean it all up, tidy it all up so there's no oil seeping out. Change the gasket, change the oil filter, change the gearbox, put new fresh gearbox oil in. The only trouble is with gearbox oil, that's why I've stripped it right back, stripped it all down, because there is no fill-up point. I'll show you where it is. Let me just take this down. So yeah, the actual fill-up point on this car, or these Peugeots, oh, you can't really see that, can you? Let me get it over here. Can you see that better? That's better. So it is this actual plug here. There's a wire going to it, a plug. So you undo the plug, get a deep socket, go over that socket, undo that nut there, and then that way we'll have access to the top of the gearbox. This actually takes 2 litres of, what was it again? He did tell me, the guy that I've ordered it from, he's bringing it to me. But it actually takes 2 litres to fill up the gearbox. So I've got an actual pump that I use. So I'll pump it into the top, put it in there. I'll show you me doing that. And yeah, that way we know that, because there's no way that's 2 litres. Like that's what's come out, and there's no way that's 2 litres. So yeah, that's it, and that'll be done. And then we'll change the oil. The filter goes in there as well. We'll whip this off. We'll change this gasket, clean it all up, because it's definitely sort of seems to be, it's coming through. You can see it there. I don't know what the back's like, but we will definitely be taking this off, guys, and changing this cover. So yeah, that's where we are. Let me set you up. Let's carry on. I'll probably get this off now. Let's get this off while we're waiting for the parts. And then, yeah, let's see how far we get today. So let's do this. Right, guys, quick update. So, as you see, cam cover, valve cover is off. And it looks really clean in there. Like, this oil's super clean. Yeah, definitely been looked after, this car. I know I keep saying it, but definitely been looked after. I've just got to tidy it up. I've got to clean these little centres off, clean up all around, put a new gasket on. That's turned up now. So we've got a new gasket to put on, and the centres are there. New oil filter, gearbox oil, and some brake cleaner. And yeah, this is what we need. So the other thing as well I've worked out, the gearbox oil, you've actually got a breather pipe just there, and there's a little cap that goes over it. Goes over like that. So that's better to fill it up than the actual switch there. There's no point taking that switch off when this breather pipe is here, and I can just use that pipe right there. Let me just take you in a bit. There's a breather pipe right there, so I can use that and fill it up through there with my pump, and then pump in the 2 litres. So I'll reconnect that. Where has it gone? There she is. I'll reconnect that in there, like that. And then, yeah, we'll use that breather pipe. So, that's it, guys. Let me set you up. Let's carry on. Let's see how far we can get today. So, yeah, let's do this. So guys, there we go. It's the cam cover done, new gasket under that. We've done the gearbox oil, so that's all filled up, 2 litres, using the pump and the night to lift it up a little bit to get gravity to help. But yeah, 2 litres in there, so that's done. Oil filter, that's been changed, that's over. I started to put some oil in. I put 3 lots in. I'll put the rest up as and when we test and get it running. Yeah. So we are slowly getting there, as per usual, but as per usual, we've run out of time. So, yeah, it's just one of them things. I'll have to call it there, but we will definitely be doing this tomorrow. We've still got loads to do. I've still got these wheels to prep and rub down and all that sort of stuff. So we've still got the brakes to do, the front, discs and pads. So, yeah. But like I said, I've run out of time, guys. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Don't forget, guys, drop me a comment if you've got anything to say. Just down below, drop me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. That helps a lot. And, yeah, take care. And I'll see you on the next one.